grilling me up my dinner. I just wanted to make a quick video and kind of touch on some stuff that kind of talked about earlier about with becoming a receiver, and then ultimately the highest level I think is to become a transmitter. And so in light of all the things that are going on right now, it's kind of becomes obvious that all of these events are to distract us from that mission, and um, that mission of becoming a transmitter. So what's cool about doing the heartfulness path is it gives you a clear mile markers. Like if you do the practice and put you put your put a little bit of energy and time into it, you will receive a lot of information, and it's a big push in the right direction for development. And I think that any heart-based path, I know James Gillian, he teaches something that's heart-based. He focuses on source, the source of all things. It's kind of like heartfulness focuses on source and God. And that path is highest level. So whether you find it with heartfulness, or whether you find it on your own, or whether you find it with someone else, it doesn't matter, because you're just focusing on God. You're focusing on source. I think Peace Pilgrim was a prime example. She did it on her own. She basically was just ready. She was at an evolutionary stage where she could do that on her own. Some people need help. I am one of the people that needs help. So I have patterns, some scars, you want to call them, and I can't get rid of those by myself. Or if I can, whatever I was doing before wasn't working. So I know for a fact that they're becoming less and less. And anyway, I had an incident the other night. It was really great. It wasn't great at the time, but it was really great because my old pattern came up, and I fell into my old pattern, and I got to see how awful that felt. And the contrast of that old pattern with basically kind of stepping outside of the patterns is what the heartfulness path leads to, this being able to step outside of those patterns. And actually, you're not really stepping outside of them. The patterns are being erased. They're actually being removed from your system. And it's very subtle. It's very gentle. It's very wonderful. And the comment I wanted to make about becoming a transmitter is, with all the bad stuff going on, I mean, all this subterfuge that this deep state, whatever you want to call them, cabal, Satanists, whatever you want to call them, they're pushing stuff out there to try to keep people in a state of confusion and fear, and basically a state they can be manipulated from. And so God-centered people can't be manipulated like that, and that's what they fear the most. And when you become a transmitter of this godly energy, I mean, it's so profound. I don't. The only reason I even know that is because I had an experience with meditation. I mentioned it before when I first started doing heartfulness, and I won't go into detail, but I experienced love that was something that I never thought was even. I didn't know. And when I say love, I say it as though it wasn't God, but it was godly. It was from source. It wasn't source. It was from source. And it was a cleaning, just an incredibly cleaning energy. I felt just incredibly humbled and cleaned off. And this is exactly the energy that these dark forces are trying to suppress, because they can't do what they're doing when this energy is released. They will wither in front of it. Actually, they'll run away from it. And they have the choice. They've got the free will to run away. But what they've done is they've subjugated everyone else's free will in the process. And that's why the hammer has to come down. They are not allowed to do that. That is against universal law, and it won't be tolerated. Now, as a learning experience, maybe this is kind of one of those most invaluable learning experiences we could ever have. And being part of that, I think we're in a very interesting position, because being part of this system awakening, it's an awakening on a global level. It's huge. I mean, think of all the human beings on this planet, and they're waking up. People are waking up to something that's so profound, and that is an event that I think we incarnated here for. And maybe we've lived hundreds of lives to prepare for this event. You know, I mean, I think we're in a very special position, and we should be grateful for that. I mean, I'm grateful for all the bad stuff that's going on. It's just it's like smoke and mirrors. It's not real. This godly energy, when we get enough people who are opening that channel, it will automatically fill. It'll automatically roll across the planet. I mean, it's rolling across the planet right now. But free will is part of it, and this energy, as profound as it is, does not ever usurp our free will. And we can dial it off. We can turn it off at any moment. You know, if we feel like, you know, we can't handle the energy or whatever, we can dial that energy down. And so anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, because there's just so much negativity, and I think people are finally coming to the realization that we're not going to solve these problems by fighting fire with fire. You know, it's this godly, loving energy is the next level stuff. This is a very evolutionary time, and we're being offered the opportunity to herald in this new energy. It's not new. It's new to this planet, because this planet's a mess right now, but it's an opportunity to be change agents on a level that's not, you know, it's not about running around seeing how much you can do on the material level. Puniji, this guy I used to follow, he said the only true security in life is in giving love. And basically, I didn't understand what that meant, of course, back then, but now I understand after my experience with meditation with Kamlesh. Kamlesh is just, he's giving this love out. He's offering this love, basically. These people who reach this level of attaining this spiritual level, they're at a level where they are able to just offer this. They're offering it. It's being offered to everyone. It's just a matter of, you know, people accepting it. And that's what the whole process of the meditation does. It plugs you in to source energy, and through transmission from these people who have, you know, cracked the code, I guess you could say. They're at that level where they can actually, you know, be the circuit breaker. They can offer this energy in a very safe and very effective way. All right, that's enough. Hope you have a good night.